and welcome to Zero to Hero Part 25, ANB SIlver 9 Part 9. Yesterday we ran Troll 100, 105. 105 definitely not farmable. I think I'm going to run down the next 47 minutes of experience booster at Troll 100 and see where we are. That will take us to 3 hours 50 minutes left. I am not planning at this stage in actually recrafting any new or replacing these last two experience farm pieces. The reason for that is there'll be critical rating, movement speed, haste. All three of those are air. That comes out 22 greater essence of air. So times 2, that's 44 of them. If we look at my materials, ouch, there isn't any. And so I am going to craft the push ones instead. And there's a very real possibility that they will be vitality and crit damage rather than having crit rating on them. Because I'm acutely aware that there's not a lot of toughness on the character, so adding some vitality somewhere, and I need to have a think about some life on hit somewhere as well. I'm going to be using the jewellery for the EXP ephemeral jewellery for push as well. On the skills front, Frostbeam and Frostbolt just a few minutes ago upgraded to level 9. I used some books that were sat in the stash to do that, so they are on their way to level 10. I definitely want those at level 10 for push. I don't know how long I'm going to leave myself for that, because I'm not sure how far we're going to get into that. It's all going to depend on how much gear we can craft. And I think I just want to say, for those that are playing along that might be new players, and especially if you're on mobile, don't be disheartened if you're nowhere near as advanced in champion levels or troll levels as I am at this stage. Bear in mind I'm on PC, so that makes it easier for starters, and I've got years of experience on this and moving around the character on very high level trolls, so things like trolls 80 through to 100 for me are very easy to move the character around and stay alive, and it's not as easy for new players. So I'm thinking perhaps after ANB I might look at if there's a way of me coming up with a sensible way of doing some videos looking at mage movement and how to move around between mobs and little tricks that you can use to get yourself out of sticky situations. So don't be disheartened if you're way behind where I am. That's just down to long-term experience of playing. You'll get there eventually, so stick at it, but most importantly have fun as you play along. I'm going to jump into Troll 100 now. I'm not going to record that for a few reasons. One, we saw plenty of those in the last video, and the second is that I seem to be having some PC problems tonight. I've had a super serious Eternium crash which completely corrupted all the files, and I've had to do a full reinstall, so I don't want to record and put more strain on the PC at the moment, and I'll have a tinker around with it in the morning and see if we can make it work better then, and hopefully I can then capture some footage tomorrow. So it's getting late on Friday, so hopefully I can catch up with some play Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, and then hopefully we finish off on Monday afternoon. So That's me waffling for over 5 minutes. So I'll pause this now and we'll meet up again very soon. And welcome back. I've still got a way to go on the farm. We've got 4 hours left on the clock, up to champion level 1607, still farming away at Troll 105. In one of the videos, in the comments section, Hegemony's asked a very good question, and it's something that I was originally thinking about using and then over the weeks completely and utterly forgot about, and that is the Talisman of Unbridled Fury. Now, a legendary version of that gives you, when it's active, 3000 more critical rating. And his question is, wouldn't it be better for me to use that as opposed to the Talisman of Storms? And it sounds like a good idea. I've been doing some back of a piece of paper maths, and I think possibly it's not going to work now at the stage that the character's at. The way that crit chances are worked out, it's crit rating divided by crit rating plus 3000, so 2752 divided by 5752 is 47.8%. If I was using the Talisman of Unbridled Fury and that was active, it would be 5752 divided by 8752, so I'd have a 65.7% chance of the crit. So we're in the realms of diminishing returns. Although I'm adding it when that's active, it would be more than double the actual amount of crit rating that I've got assigned. I'm only getting 17% more chance of that crit. There's still quite a big margin for it not to hit at all. When the Talisman of Storms is active, this 850 is effectively... I've got a wrong number in my mind. It's, how much do we do here? 3000, so 3850% more damage. If I didn't have that, then I'd be still on the flat 850. So dodgy maths says to me 47.8% of 3850 on average is 1840.3% more damage when Talisman of Storms is active. And if I went with the Unbridled Fury, 65.7% of 850 is 558.45 more damage on average. So I think, on theory crafting alone, Talisman of Unbridled Fury is not going to help with the character, certainly at this stage. It probably would have helped very early on when we didn't have any crit rating whatsoever. When it was active, it would have given us a 50% crit chance, so it would have helped much earlier in the game, or much earlier in the farm, before we had experience crit rating added to the build. But I think I'm at the stage now where if I was to take out Talisman of Storms and put in Talisman of Unbridled Fury, I think I'd be harming my damage output rather than improving it. It's a brilliant question. It's something I think I will go away and test a bit more on my main account to see if theory crafting, for why I don't want to use it right now, works or not. So what I'll do is I'm going to use, jumping about a bit here, this EXP booster, this currency booster. That's 39-40 minutes basically. Once that's run down, I think we'll craft, or make a start on crafting, some push gear. And I'm thinking of mixing things up a bit, so having a mixture of EXP gear with push gear, which might make things go a bit quicker, and it might enable me to run Troll 105 effectively, and that would be nice because that's going to have better drops and better books of learning. I've got 10 hours left on Frostbolt and Frostbeam to get to level 10. I think that's going to be a big difference in the damage output once that's done. It's something I should have focused a lot earlier, but we've still got plenty of time in the event, so that's probably going to be 10 runs of Trial 100 and that'll all be upgraded. So we'll meet up again soon. I know this episode so far has been just me standing in town talking, but there will be some action coming up in it soon, I hope. And see you again soon. Thought I'd craft a couple of the push pieces. I'm going to start with boots and pants. I think I've said before, I'm not at the moment planning crafting legendary EXP farming ones because of the 3 lots of air stat that would go on them. And we're short on greater essence of air. I've got 137, but I want to get the push gear out of the way before I think about, do I want to craft some better experience ones. I'm going to go with crit rating, movement speed, vitality and crit damage on the pants, just because the character is extremely squishy, and I can afford to lose a little bit of haste, so I will sacrifice haste on these. Let's see what we get. This is potentially a good craft. 73, I'll take that. And for boots, I'll try not to hit the microphone this time as I write it down. I'm going to sacrifice the crit damage because I do want haste still. But crit damage is going on pretty much everything else, apart from 1 or 2 pieces will have vitality. Ideally I would have had that on the rings. I need some life on hit somewhere as well, thinking about it. Well, we got perfect vitality, so that's okay. So I will put those somewhere. That's the gold farming gear. Let's expand that one row. They can sit in there waiting for push later. What have we got materials wise? Potentially I could convert some things over to air. Should we upgrade these? Add crit rating and take a look at 100 again. Crit rating, movement speed, haste and experience. And the same stats need to go on pants. That's nice. So those 2 are definitely better than what we have. I am going to socket some more toughness into there, which looks better. Vitality's very low, armor's okay. We'll go with an emerald, brilliant emerald. So what does that do for us now? 49.5% chance for a crit. Needs to be at 3000 for a 50% chance. And our experience 3,500. That's not bad. Just going to move that pad out the way. Hopefully it's not going to take a nosedive on the floor. We'll sell the 2 pieces that we had equipped. Let's take another look at Troll 100. I'm not playing particularly well on this character today. That's probably because I did some farming at 105 this afternoon on the main account and haven't got it out of my system that this isn't as good a character. What I'm trying to do is pull things from the outside of the map towards the inside edge, so I have an escape route once I've got everything rounded up like this. And now it should just be a case of sit back and beam and try not to record as many deaths as I have today. Why are you running away? Doesn't matter. And we got a crit and she went in 1, so that is my fastest run at 118 by some distance. Yes, the companions are celebrating with me. This needs a jump button so we can jump in celebration. Okay, so another 17 minutes to run down. What do we get? 7. So things are looking pretty nice at the moment. Frost Beam is up to 10. I'm not sure why I did Frost Nova and Celerity up to 8. What I want to do is Immolate and Power Infusion and try and get them to 10. So those 2 will be the next 2 upgrades, 8 to 9 and then 9 to 10. And then that's probably as far as we're going to get as far as skill upgrades, which isn't a problem. It's certainly going to be enough to meet our needs for this event. So we'll meet up again soon. I've decided let's take another look at 105. I don't think I'm going to be farming here anyway. 100's doing perfectly fine. We've far surpassed our champion level targets for the event, and as far as overall targets remain, it's just one Troll 110 and that second CT. I'm thinking, should we try and achieve that once these boosters have run out? I'm definitely being more lazy because I know I've got 400,000 toughness now, which is where I feel most comfortable at 105 when farming. But I still can't be this lazy. Didn't want to come behind there because it's going to take things off, but sometimes you have to take annoying routes around things. Right, that's enough to draw out Kara. Slayer, thank you. And a crit, which has done a lot of damage. And with Talisman of Storms up as well, It's definitely I think it's one of our faster runs. We're under 2 minutes now. But given that I can run 100 now in about 75 seconds, I think that's where I'm going to stick. So what we'll do, meet up in 10 minutes, game clock, and go and take a look at 110 if I'm feeling mad enough. I'll probably die a lot being this squishy. I'm going to do it in the experience gear and we'll see what happens. Probably an inefficient use of time, but it'll be something to round up today's video with. So see you again soon. And welcome back. Champion level 1766. Immolate and Power Infusion are on their way up to level 9. Managed to get 10.5 hours off from books already. The experience and currency booster are just about to expire. I thought let's take some extra life and a bit more movement speed. And on the build I'm still using full experience gear. I'm taking out fleet-footed and adding in Power Infusion for a chance for extra damage during the boss fight, because I think that's going to be the slowest part of this. So if we quickly run down just the full gear now, since it's probably not been seen for a while. Crit rating, haste, ability rate, experience, and we have frost damage on the helm. Crit rating, crit damage, ability rate, experience, and vitality enchanted on a necklace, which we'll use for push as well. Crit rating, haste, ability rate, experience on shoulders. Crit rating, haste, ability rate, experience with vitality on the robe. Crit rating, haste, vitality, experience on the cape. Crit rating, haste, frost damage and experience on the storms. Crit rating, frost damage, ability rate, experience on the wind spirit. Crit rating, haste, ability rate, experience. This is all very familiar. And armor. Crit rating, haste, frost damage, experience on the bracers. Same. Crit rating, vitality, ability rate, experience on the sash. We saw these earlier. Crit rating, movement speed, experience, haste. There's no enchants on these. And crit rating, movement speed, experience, haste. Nothing enchanted. Crit rating, crit damage, haste, experience, vitality with crit rating, crit damage, haste, experience, crit rating, haste, ability rate, experience, and crit rating, haste, ability rate, experience with Slayer. So that gives us, with the champion levels added in, 1437% extra damage. 5.4 hits per second, 49.5% chance of a crit, only 850%, but still at, if we get something with Talisman of Storms, it's going to do a decent chunk. But I'm not expecting this to go particularly fast. It's just nice to get it out of the way. Our frost damage is at 59.6. Vitality I would like more, but I've run 110 with lower vitality, so we'll take that. Armor, yeah, just about okay, 80% reduction. Life on hits, that's quite low, but I'll take it. That's purely from champion points. Ability rating 1548, more than enough. With the Integralis Mantle we still get over 2000. Movement speed probably a bit ponderous, but doesn't matter. And experience is still going to be 3507 for the next 7 seconds. So let's take an insane look at trial 110 in our experience farming gear. Do not expect anything special, and a dark cave has me saying, do I take a 30-second penalty and abandon? Let's just see how it goes. Far from ideal. I'm not going for speed, I'm just going for the clear. Dark caves should be banned from the game. It's even worse if you're playing in daylight, in real life, and you literally cannot see a thing on screen. Navigate via mini-map. It's the only thing we can do. Actually want that, pull in a few extra mobs. You got Kara out in under 2 minutes with that slow approach. I'm not expecting fireworks here, but that's not a bad start. Talisman of Storms is going to do some damage during that beam. Oh wow, we got the crit. Which is why I've said all along we didn't need to compromise other stats at this stage. I can't see a sword at all. That's not bad then. 2.5 minutes in our experience gear to get a Celestial Transform number 2. So that is... hello. I'll probably keep those for the main account for gold farming. Movement speed and extra gold. Yes please. We have those, both of them. So that's the... all the targets prior to the event have been met, and I've still got 3 hours and 17 minutes. There's going to be at least 1 more hour of experience farming. I doubt I'll record that, although it will form part of the next episode. Still going 2 champion levels with no EXP booster. Yeah, so that will happen after the start of the next episode, and then I need to get a push set crafted and see where we can get to. Yeah, I'm pleased with how that's gone. I thought we would struggle to reach 110, but we've made it, so I'm really pleased with that. If you've got any questions or comments, feel free to put them down below. I'll answer you there as always, and thank you very much for watching.